Hello gentlemen, this is CS MGTOW. As most of you are probably aware by now, the Sunday Times ran an article about the men going their own way phenomenon. It's actually surprisingly fair. There's a little bit of shaming language, but not half as much as I expected. Unfortunately, they didn't speak with any of the leading MGTOW content producers. They didn't interview Barbarossa, or Stardust, or Coltane, or Spetsnaz, or Turd-Flinging Monkey. But they did have a couple of MRAs, such as Girl Rights One, who of course is very, very supportive of MGTOW. So the reason I decided to make this video was that the author of the article, Mr. Martin Dubeny, made a rather insightful statement at the end of his article. He said that, and this is a quote, "The future of mankind may depend on it," and by it, of course, he was referring to society attempting to understand MGTOW and perhaps change the conditions that necessitated the rise of the phenomenon. You see, unlike most authors who deride and castigate men for going their own way, Martin actually sees something that most people have missed, and that is that the gender with the least constraints on its behavior will ultimately decide the fate of our species, whether we will subsidize single mothers and WIC programs or dedicate taxes to a space program and renewable energies. Between the genders currently rages a cold war, so to speak, for the long-term future of mankind. The author understood that civilizations do not progress without wholesale male involvement. Recessions do not end without wholesale male involvement. And ultimately, technological decay sets in without wholesale male involvement. What we may have just witnessed in the media when the topic of MGTOW is addressed for the first and perhaps the last time is the abandonment of pretense, the abandonment of the idea that if men drop out, that women will be able to carry the load and drag mankind forward, the abandonment of the notion that men are not absolutely essential for the functioning of civilization. What the author, of course, failed to understand is that even if the conditions do change, even if society was so accommodating to us that male suicide rates dropped in line with female suicide rates, even if domestic violence shelters became the norm, even if men are not given tougher sentences for the same crimes, many of us will still never voluntarily return to the reservation. You see, what may have started out as a response to the worst excesses of third-wave feminism has quickly morphed into an honest understanding of male and female nature. And based upon this understanding, men realize that there is so much more for us out there, and the surest way for a man to ruin any hope of joy he has in this life is to settle down into a relationship. That's right, collective female behavior ignited the fire, but individual female behavior provided the long-term reasons to go our own way. Not the legal system, not the divorce industry, not third-wave feminism, not Tinder, or the rest of social media. They may magnify the negative qualities of women, but women are absolutely the reason I go my own way. You see, men have figured out that women, for all of their joy and contentment sapping qualities, they offer little in return, and now a myriad of scientific and anecdotal evidence suggests that relationships are a surefire way to a shorter life expectancy and greater levels of mental, physical, financial, and emotional distress. Women, even if you solve things our way, we will never come back. You are simply not worth the hassle. That's all I've got to say. Thank you very, very much. This is CS MGTOW.